welcome to another adventure at Wisman Ranch. So, what we're doing right now is I am going to do a 4.5, almost 5 week update on our tomatoes that we planted. When we started, they were roughly 4 or 5 inches tall. We started them from seed, had them upstairs in the greenhouse, roughly 4.5, 5 weeks from bringing them outside, and they were doing great. So, what did we do? We brought them out here, we put them in a 5-gallon bucket, and we ran into some problems. As you can see, these things have exploded. Exploded. You can see tomato right down in there. There's another tomato right up in there. Lots and lots of flowering. And tomatoes are starting, you can see little tiny green tomatoes everywhere. But the problem I ran into is this. 5-gallon bucket, tomato plant. What do plants really need when it's been dry? You are brilliant. Water, that's right. Well, we've been about 4 or 5 weeks, maybe longer than that, but anyways, in a drought. It's been dry, it's been hot in the 90s, and these tomatoes have been drinking the water inside of those 5-gallon buckets. What has that done? What does that mean? Well, let me tell you what that means. The water level started up here. It was all the way down there. Because of that, I had to go back in and start filling these back up, but I was only using regular water. So one of the things that I saw on Arm's Family Homestead, Daniel had the same problem. And what he did is he filled them up with regular water, but there is something that he had brought up, which makes perfect sense. So the roots that are underneath, when you first put them into the water, they grab onto the water and all of the nutrition and fertilizer and stuff we put in there, and it starts taking it into the plant. And as it goes down and down, as it starts using the water, the roots start going bigger and bigger and bigger. And you can see that on another video in a 55-gallon drum. So what ended up happening, once they got down so far, the roots started, stopped taking water because there's not much water, and the roots above the water line to the actual plant were used to having air or oxygen to help them grow. So what happened for Daniel is, it's kind of sprinkling. What happened to Daniel when he filled that thing up full of water, he drowned the roots. So what I've done is I've been slowly adding water and filling it up to the halfway mark, and I know he did the same thing. And so far, I've been doing this now for about a week. As you can see, they're still doing really well. Now they wilted at first, but then they started kind of picking up and doing great. So that's great. I'm hoping as the tomatoes get ripe and we get later on into the season, that they'll continue growing and doing great things. So next year, I think, for this, we are going to move and put tomatoes inside of the 55-gallon drums, because that way, you know, the roots go all the way down. You've got lots of water. Last year we did the cucumbers, the zucchini, and whatever else we did. But there was still plenty of water in each of those barrels at the end of the season. So, with that being said, I recommend, if you're going to do tomatoes, put them in the 55-gallon drums, the barrels, because that way you aren't going to run out of water. And though this was an experiment, I feel horrible because I do not want to lose these. So I thought about taking them out and planting them in the garden. But for now, I'm just going to keep filling up halfway with water and going from there and see what happens. So I'll keep you updated as we go with that. What's that? Oh, you wanted to ask about the blue drums that we had. Well, let me show you those as well. Can you see them over my shoulder? We don't have a lot. I thought they would do great. They've been doing great out there. The problem that we have is the wind is blowing, and it blows from my left to the right, and it goes that way. And it's been taking these plants and taking the seedlings and blowing them over and breaking them. So what we ended up doing was taking cardboard, as you can see here. We took the cardboard, we wrapped it around the barrel, taped it on there, wind, rain, whatever. It actually stopped them from breaking and bending until they got bigger. So I'll walk down there real quick and I'll show you what we have. And now we just put other ones in there today, but it's just very important that you put something up to block the wind if you have windy conditions. So this right here is muskmelon or cantaloupe, however you want to pronounce it. This right here are the vine peaches. As you can see, they've got flowers and everything already starting inside. We come over here. It's kind of stony, so kind of forgive me. We planted cucumbers, pickling cucumbers, and then one pickle, one cucumber. And then that one right there is a honey, not a honeydew or a honey melon. It is actually a, ouch. It is actually a honey nut squash. And it's a new variety. We wanted to try it out. It's a mix between an acorn and a butternut squash. And we love acorn, we love butternut. So I just figured I'd give this a try and see what's up. So, yep, other than that, that's it. That's the update. I hope things are going well for you. You're staying safe in this COVID-19 pandemic that's going on. I know that they're opening up everything, and it's spiking everywhere. So stay safe, stay cool, and what else? Grow your own food, do your own things. That way you don't have to rely on the economy. If you're not going to and you still want to go buy, hey, go buy at the store, buy at farmer market, whatever. But I've been miss seeing you. You take care. Have a great day. This is Wisman Ranch. We out.